This is not a how-to video. This is some idiot trying to figure out how to put a transmission back together. So I got it flipped up. Next into the instructions. Put the turbine shaft O-ring on. So grab some goo. Goo up my O-ring here. And where it goes. I just want it nice and slippery. Just roll it down. It's gonna get stuck right there and help it out a little bit. That's it. That way when you convert slides over that, it's nice and greased up, ready to go. Now, I have to get my kid from school, and then it's gonna be valve body. So, all right, had to let like 4 days of just completely crappy weather blow over. I was scared to death to put this back together with mist flying through the air and it's cold outside. It was just miserable to be out here anyway. So today, I'm gonna go ahead and put all the check balls where they're supposed to go, and the gasket, and the servos, and the linkages, put everything back how it's supposed to be so I can put the pan on, button it up with the bell housing, and stick it back in a truck. Let's do it. In a kit, I got this new pack of check balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in my book, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so this came with the rebuild kit, and it shows where the bolts go, the actual size of the bolts, lengths, and their locations. That's cool. And where the check balls go, same as the ATSG manual. So, this transmission had a set of C. I don't know if you can see that C, letter C, right there, that's C. And this one has a CV. So I don't need this one. This one is a C. See? See what I'm saying? All right. So the C. And then there's another one. There's a V, which went with the C. And then there's an AB. Or maybe that's an A, not a V. Look, it's letter right there, V. And this would be a AB. So I guess the C goes with the A. And the AB goes with the C. CA. I got a CA and where's this one? An AB right there. So I think the double letter ones go together like so, and the single letter ones go together. And you put all this together. This check ball is like stuck. It's in its own little world right here. This check ball ain't coming out. I'll wipe all this down. Make sure you get this little piece of gasket off. It's got to be perfectly flat. Might slime this whole thing with some of that assembly goo. So it holds it all. So this is TC on the plate. All wiped down nice and clean. Right, so it was sitting this way, and this was under here. Filter comes through this pot. Everything matched up. And this one went right here. And let's drop them check balls where they belong in here. Got them on my magnet so I don't drop them. check ball locations. All right, one here, he's in there. And number 10, the back of this vane right here. This makes a plus right here, and this doesn't, but it's still there. The check ball's there. So that's my 3 that go on the valve body itself. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that go into the top of the valve body. So, man, the sun's coming through right now. All right. So, it looks like these are the O-rings. They're not really an O-ring. They're kind of like flat ring. They're all 2 are the same size, 1's smaller. It looks like they're the ones that go in these accumulator pistons here. So, let's see if I can squeeze it up, fold it over. Yep, these are a little brittle. Not like these are. That's the old stack. That's the right size. I'm gonna slide this on here. Make sure to go in flat and seat all the way down. Boom. This one, if you depress this, fluid will squirt out of there. So to get it out, I believe this spring goes with this one. This spring is already in this one. So I guess we're just gonna have to make a mess. There you go. Ain't too bad. Ooh, that's a double spring. I don't know what it means, but it's a double spring. Make sure you don't lose the pin. Spray this out with a little cleaner here. It cleans that right up. It's like a magic eraser. Little on an old noise box there. All right. So before I forget what I did, I will pull that one up too. This one's plastic. The other one's aluminum. It's a hell of a plastic though. Both of these are the same size. Put it back in. Gladly missing the parades today.
Agreed.
If you're from out of town, enjoy. When you kind of grow up with it. I'll spray that out. And this was the double springs. Just the little one sits in the bottom, big one sits in the top. I'll go ahead and put a little goo on that, huh? How's it coming?
Coming out pretty good. I got most of the heat shield painted.
I don't want to put any rubber parts in dry. Let's say this stuff melts away anyway, so. Put a little air on this and dry this out. That way we don't get brake parts cleaner. Or paper towel up in my transmission. All right, got this blown out. Nice and clean. Give it a coat of assembly lube. Drop in the springs. And this piston just sat in there like this. Make sure it moves before I put it in. You want it, there you go, there it is. You want it flat. Moves nice and easy. So this just has one spring, I believe. And this must... No, I think the piston goes in first. So in this one, we'll go ahead and put a little assembly goo on it also. It's a dry O-ring. Probably should be wearing gloves, but they keep tearing on me. It's more aggravating than it is not. Put the piston in. Just press that O-ring and it'll slide in there. That bottoms out. Don't look like these fins go any particular way or like they block anything. Drop in the spring. Yeah, that fits in there. So it says in the instructions, base to case gasket. That's right. Alright, got all my check balls in the right place. Got my accumulator down with the 3 prongs facing up like they said. Got my spring in place. C gasket goes first. That covers this better. That looks right now. Alright. Then your metal plate with your little filter drops in this little hole here. I'll squirrel that up. I don't have this dowel that I keep talking about that holds it all straight. And I'm gonna go ahead and rotate this. This check ball is the only thing holding it together. So when I put this on my stand, I didn't realize that there wasn't a hole drilled for this to fit exactly like it should. So I'm going to pull the pin and rotate this 100% flat. Man, I wish I had a hole like this, because this is how it's got to sit to put the check balls on here in the right way that it's got to go. Gasket C, Larry, it's right. Boom! Look at that. C. You see?
Very sorry, sir. Is it water to the degree?
Water.
Water.
All right. So reading, install spacer plate to gasket case identified with the C. Install the screens into the proper spacer plate. See figure 151 for spacer plate screen locations. Looks like that's in upside down. All right. I might have flipped this plate over when I was messing with it. So the screen here. While Cole's taking a break from painting the engine compartment. All right, so it says do this, then do this, and I'm just following instructions. Just don't know what I'm doing. Hey, look, if this thing works, we'll see. Hope it does. All right, so that's all lined back up. Holes are on all the right locations. Now it says put this filter here. All right. Install proper spacer plate over the dowel pins, which I don't know what these dowel pins are they keep talking about. But then this comes, I was looking at this wear ring here, and it's kind of off center. And when I had this gasket on first, I'm like, why is this so big here? Well, now that's centered up, I had the papers reversed to the valve body. Cool with that. That's how it's supposed to go, according to these directions. All right, time to put some check balls in. Excuse the wind, it is very windy out here today. I have stuff flying all over the place. So, looking in my book, it's gonna take 7 check balls. I have 6 on my magnet. Means I got 1 more flying around here somewhere. Both the instructions for the rebuild kit and my ATSG manual say the balls go in the same place, so I'm pretty confident in that. And I just gotta find my other 1 check ball. This has taken me about 2 weeks to put this thing back together since I took it apart because of the weather conditions and my open carport. There was a rock up inside of that transmission. Don't know how that got there. I didn't do it. Oh, in the other box. So the wind doesn't blow all this away. Yeah. 3/4 piston. Grab another check ball. So because I have to drop these in place and then flip it over to put it on top of the transmission, I'm going to grab me some assembly goo, and then just kind of map out where all these check balls fall into position. Yeah. Both the same. I don't know if I can do this out here like this today. So yeah, this schematic and this schematic both point to the same spots. It'd be nice if it was big enough you could just like lay it over the transmission and poke them through. That'd be a cool idea. So check balls. Number 1 looks like it goes this little kind of slotted keyway here. Right there. Number 1. Number 2 goes in the back of this kind of long vein. Slips in there. 3. There's this curved looking deal. Looks like there's 2 that go in that one. 3 and 4, yep, falling right in place. 5. In that little spot. There's a spot for every one of these check balls to fall into. So that's cool. 6, right there. 7, right there. So, if you were to look at this long enough, you could have figured it out, I guess, where they go, because you can see there is a little area. You can see there's a little area for every one of these check balls to sit into. There's either a round spot, it looks obvious, or there's like a cup made to put the check balls in the valve body. So to make sure they stay in place, we get some goo and put them in place. All right, I'm gonna go with if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Plastic, don't break on me now. Give it a little wiggle. Put some goop on it. Pop it in. Retaining spring on. Quick. And it's able to rotate to its proper destination. I just really want to get this valve body put back on before it rains, because I got more rain coming. That's what all this wind's about. So not to get these two confused with the other two, even though they look the same, I'm still gonna match them up. So I already changed that one and that one. Looks like we're gonna go with another green, yep, and another black, yep. All right. Get rid of them two. Here we go. All right, check balls, stay where you're supposed to. Wind, do not blow while I do this. I only want to do it once. I don't want this flap, look, flapping already. Got my filter here. This one goes in upside down when you put your plate in. I had to take all this off and put this one in. Look, there it went. Waiting for the wind to die down now. The struggles of working outside. What's that? It's a bit wobbly. I don't know if it's supposed to be. I guess why you torque it all down. Man, I just want to check them check balls just one more time. Oh shit. Yeah, all still in there. Has not moved. Good. Alright, like that. Like that a lot. Should probably put the shifter crap in here first. The destruction didn't mention that yet. With your first gear lockup, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to it if I screw all this down. Alright, more book reading. Alright, fun fact. This goes way over here. So it doesn't have to come out too far. This is your lock pin when you put it in park. Put this through here first. Then push this pin over before you put this down. Otherwise, you'll never get it in. Ask me how I know. That's right. Feel confident with that. This just drops down here. And then you can go back about the business of tightening everything up. Rather hand tools and stuff like this because I can feel if it's going to cross thread or not. And once it's started, probably use a impact or something like that. But I don't like them. See, that's going in crooked right there. Can't really start this with your finger, maybe. Last thing you want to do is strip your aluminum case. We'll rip your little black paper. Can I get this in here where it won't come back? Yes. First time, dude. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. Saving $1,200. That's going in straight. Okay. All right. A few days have gone by, and finally had a chance to get back to this. Thank God I don't need this to drive every day. So now I'm at the point of installing all the bolts in the valve body. In the correct order, I took them out on this napkin over here. Putting the shifter spring in, hooking all this stuff up. And way back here in the back of the book, the wind has turned the pages for me. Checking the clearances. Okay, here we go. Checking the switch assembly. It's your pressure switch. This is what tells the transmission, or tells the computer the transmission shifted. So you can push in all these, and you can see that they, or feel that they make connections. So different pressures push up on these. Clean this very good because it's got funk up on it. But I'm gonna put all these bolts back in the order I took them out. Torque them down to 8 foot-pounds. So in this first row, I already have these two. And this one. And then in the instructions, it tells you what bolts go where and how long they should be in case you get all these mixed up. So this is where they all go, and that's the exact size and length that the bolt is. Using an incorrect bolt in this location may lock the gear train and can also damage to the case. So in C, which is this one, let's see, 1, 2, yeah, the switch mounts here, so it's this one. Definitely want to use a shorter bolt there. The cool thing is it shows you actual size of all the bolts and labels them F, D, G, A, whatever. So C is going to be this one, and that C definitely goes right there. So in case you drop your bolts or you get them mixed up or you throw them all in a pile, so that one's a hair longer. That would go where a B goes, and it is a smaller head, an 8mm. So this would be B. This would be so if you would put the B in this area, it's just a hair longer, and that would mess up your whole transmission. So make sure you follow the instructions on that. But for the most part, they're going to be all C's. Kind of give it a little wiggle so they can find their home. Like everything, I like to thread them with my finger first so I know before I put a wrench on, the threads are all lined up correctly. Me and them dogs. Somebody come home next door. Alright, so that's 0. That would be 10. We want 8 foot-pounds. We'll lock it in. Alright, big 8. Starting in the corner. Got everything wrapped up I'm out here in this open carport. I'm gonna make sure moisture stays out of the transmission. Takes a while to do 2 videos at the same time. He painted his engine bay and I'm rebuilding the transmission, so.
You probably see us talking back and forth in the background. So.
Yeah, and we're running back at it. We got one GoPro we share between the both of us, but thank y'all for watching Modified, appreciate it.
Like and subscribe, we're almost at 300, keep going. Our main goal is 1,000, so we can finally start making money on this.
Yeah, thank everybody for pressing that like and subscribe button. 300 subscribers is huge for somebody that came out of nowhere, so thanks y'all. We're trying to upload every Friday. Catch you next week. Thanks.